spicy. I thought I cooled it down enough. God, dude.
What's up, guys, and welcome to what I believe will be the last video of the series where we are LS swapping my mom's Solstice. If you are just joining us for this video, basically the premise is she thinks her car is getting an oil change, but she was just kind of nervous to bring it anywhere because it was modified with a turbo, and last year we surprised her with the turbo. This year, we've spent the past 2 days or so swapping an LS3 into it. So this Solstice should be making 450 to the wheels by the end of the day. So today is just kind of buttoning things up, mounting the manifolds, plugging stuff in, and then hopefully we'll get our first start and our first drive later today. Like many other cool things with this swap, it utilizes a lot of GM stuff that just kind of works. Factory Solstice fuel line goes burp. Stock ECU coming out. And then Performance AutoWorks sends one that's ready to be flashed with HP tuners unlocked and is basically ready to run the Solstice chassis along with an LS engine. If you take a look at the radiator to Mike's right, you'll see that it is very thin. Not optimal for 500 horse puppies. Whereas the one next to me, behind me, in front of Mike, you can see is much thicker. So we need a trim fan to allow fitment of thicker radiator.
See.
Yes. Quick release my mom's carpet out of the trunk, and now we got this. It's funny, it looks a lot like a Corvette. It's like they took a Corvette and then they shrunk it. Kind of how the Corvette has this. I think the Corvette's fiberglass, so this seems more like plastic. And then I'm assuming the fuel pump's in here. Nice easy access.
That's a gas tank? Or is this just a cover?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Oh yeah, it's a cover. But
I would assume the fuel's under that. Yeah. That ain't going nowhere. It's so nice and clean back here. I pulled off the cover for the fuel tank, expecting to see a nice clean area. It looks like, would that be some mouses living in there?
yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Just a mouse nest, maybe?
Yeah.
Probably from up in Connecticut. Oh, this is gonna be a lot of fun.
Put it back in there, remove it from
I just want to get it out of the way.
Just
Dude,
making
it's...
a tighter hole for them.
Yeah, dude, I'm not trying to evict them. Mouses need somewhere to live, too. What a random assortment of goods in here.
My mom's get shot back.
Yeah, that's probably... I was gonna blow it out, but that'd probably make a mess.
No, that wouldn't be smart.
Well, Freddie and Johan are buttoning up some stuff in the engine bay. I'm trying to figure out the pump situation. I know we're probably gonna need a little bit more juice for this thing, so I'm gonna pull out the factory pump and see what I have in a D-Works pump that will fit in this assembly and give us enough fuel to make, you know, mid-4s to high 4s on pump, of course. The DW300 fits perfectly and will be more than enough fuel for what we're doing. So I'm going to be using this. The plug is the same. I'm just going to be switching to a rubber hose because I don't have any more of the slinky hose. The sock should work. And then the only thing that I'll have to really modify is kind of how it sits in there. It slides up nice, but I want to just lock it in a little bit better. But it should be pretty good. Now we got the full header and exhaust set up from Performance AutoWorks. So hopefully it will just bolt right up and we'll have no issues. Everything's tight, but I don't know, I'm looking forward to seeing what this exhaust looks like and what it sounds like. Part of my plan is to basically make my mom think all we did was change the wheels and change the exhaust, but part of getting dual exhaust on this thing is gonna be changing the diffuser. So we're popping this thing out, then hopefully we can just put the GXP diffuser on. It's dual tip. Just give it a good old yank. Full disclaimer, I've been doing a terrible job at kind of documenting everything that's going on. Mike went home for Christmas, so now I'm just back to the vlog, and yeah, I've just been getting involved with the fuel pump stuff and doing other little things and not filming like I should. So this is their exhaust for the Solstice, which I think I showed you guys, but it doesn't match up to their tubular headers. It seems like it's made more so for like a short ram style header. So one of the next things that we're gonna need to do is have Johan chop it up, do some welds. He was talking about doing pie cuts for this whole thing, but I don't know if we have time for that, so he'll likely probably just, you know, just do something quick, get it on there. Sorry, Mom. I know you're really stoked on Johan's pie cuts, but unfortunately, none of those today. We bled the clutch. It feels good. The engagement point's a little low, and it is kind of stiff, but I think my mom can handle it. It's really nice. Since we made some adjustments to mounting points, we were able to get the shifter in the stock location. Right now we are going to prime it with oil, just by turning it over a couple times with, what are you gonna unplug?
The injector and coil pack sub harnesses.
Okay, just to make sure that it doesn't actually fire. But we had to do like a learning procedure because of the fact that it is like a stock Solstice ECU with a different VIN. It just kind of like re-marries it to the car so it's happy since it's all CAN based. Let me know when you're ready for me to crank it.
Alright.
No signal. Oh, clutch pedal?
Shaking the whole damn car.
Yeah, it is. That's a lot.
On camera again.
I did miss it, but for reference, someone just spilled everything everywhere.
Classic Sherman.
All right, official first start.
Alright, let's be loud.
Nothing?
I forgot the capacitor.
Everything's plugged in?
Yeah.
Everyone's looking at
Alright, let me get the laptop.
Seems like we've got a fuel related issue, so before we go take apart the fuel pump stuff again to check over that, we're just gonna start it real quick with brake cleaner and see if she fires up. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Oh boy. It starts!
It's really loud!
Do it again, do it again.
Do it again. No, I do it again.
Go, do it again, come on, do it again, one more time.
This is your mom's car.
Oh my god.
Yo, those that
Your
exhaust
mom is
sounds
so cool
it's
now.
too small.
Yeah?
No, make it quiet.
What do you mean the
Yeah,
exhaust?
though.
No restricted power, but
There it is.
Oh my god.
Sounded pretty good.
it's a good
bad.
tractor right there.
That's a good track.
So the mistake I made is actually pretty easy to do. If you are by chance putting the same pump that we put in this car, it's important to note that even though the plug just swaps out like it's a direct plug and play, it actually switches polarity. So the positive is where the ground would be. So I basically had the pump plugged in backwards, and although it dribbled out, it really didn't have any fuel pressure. That's why it didn't start. So now we're gonna see if it starts. Okay, now I hear fuel pressure. It works.
Oh, fuck. That's the.
Did
that's
we
how
remember
they
to put
write up.
oil in it?
Huh?
Yeah,
There's not a lot, but there's enough.
No, there's
There's 7 quarts in that puppy.
We keep joking because it's LS, nothing really matters. So like we've been starting it with no oil and like just there's boost leaks everywhere. With any engine swap, especially something like this where you put a big engine in a small chassis, heat management's key. We've been using a lot of DEI stuff. This is a really cool product. So they have the gold foil and stuff, but they actually make a line protectant that we use quite often. Other than the ones that actually slide on that you have to use when you're making fittings, this is actually a Velcro. So I'm gonna be using this on some of the lines. There's like fuel lines and brake lines that are kind of close to the headers. So I can just take this, cut a section off. First scenario like this, I could just fish it around these lines and Velcro it on. I'm not really worried about it being the prettiest thing in the world, but you can see now we have 2 fuel lines and some brake lines that have a little bit more protection from the header that's right here. Successful night, got it running. Johan's gonna come in the morning and knock out the exhaust and get that dialed in, and then we're gonna hopefully take it to the dyno and go tune. Overall though, there's not that much left on the car to button up. What do you think? You digging the V8 Solstice?
pretty cool.
I'm like very excited to drive it. At first, I like didn't really think much of this car, but the more I look at it with the V8, like I'm genuinely excited to take her for a spin.
I think it'll be fun.
I got the new diffuser on. If you're looking back, it's gonna look all cool and meaty with this dual exhaust and now the big drag stance. It's gonna be so funny to listen to my mom chop at the stoplights.
It's not in here.
Ho ho ho!
Smile.
Is that R or A?
It's JDM space.
JDM's. What? Oh, that's where my elf went.
He's been hopping around, huh?
Why was he work
Eli,
here?
look at Bob.
You wanted to be here?
What is it? No way! That's awesome!
Yeah.
Look at that!
I really like this shirt.
Are those all shirts sewed on?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
This is my very first time sewing, so do not.
Oh my god, where did you get all these? This is the cool.
James.
I've talked about doing this forever. Can you hold one corner?
Coolest thing
I
ever.
didn't get a
This is amazing.
Well, don't look too close, please.
Oh my god.
Really, this is my first time sewing.
This is such a cool idea.
You have talked about this. You
I know.
wanted something like this.
Because I have them all in my closet and I can never see them. Are these mine, James, or are these yours?
No, they're ones that we've had lying around.
Oh, really? That's sick.
This is the coolest
That is
thing
so
ever.
awesome.
Just don't look too close. Really.
What do you mean?
This is my first
That looks
time ever
amazing.
sewing, period. So
You did a great job.
thank you.
It's amazing.
So, I got donuts.
Oh yeah,
You
we
got
got donuts for everyone else. That's everyone else's present.
Thank you guys. This is so nice. So it's technically the last day. We've been kind of using it to button up a lot of the loose ends on the car. Johan got the exhaust fitted up and I think has just maybe one more weld to go and then we'll be able to hear what this thing sounds like. In the meantime, I had a little bit of an issue fitting the intake because of the fact that we moved the engine a little bit more forward. But we got it in there good enough. We can go in through all the lines, check out all the rad DEI sleeving. Vibrant makes these cool little insulated or rubberized P-clamps that you can kind of use to hold this down as well. And just kind of going over everything. What are you thinking, Johan?
It's good. It fits in there really good.
You think it's be loud or quiet?
I don't know. It's gonna sound some quiet. It's gonna be like the FD, I think.
That'd be sick. Just coming together. Since we're not gonna be able to have time to get to the dyno today, Freddie actually keeps a wideband with him everywhere he goes in his backpack. So thankfully, we have a wideband that we can use to street tune the car.
Yep.
V8, all you have to do is make sure AFR is good.
Pretty much.
Easy enough.
Nothing too crazy.
It hits an exhaust and it's on there. We're gonna dial in the tip fitment a little bit. I guess this would be a good point in the video to explain to you guys that we're definitely gonna have it done in time to be able to go and get my mom's reaction, give it to her on Christmas. But I think we're instantly gonna take it back just to be able to have some time to properly go through the car, make sure it's 100% safe before she has it to enjoy. But we're about to start it up with a new exhaust and hear it for the first time. John's gonna do the honors and we're gonna hear this thing. I have no idea what to expect. Okay, that's pretty good. It sounds a lot better and deeper than the FD. I know that X pipes are really important for V8s, make them sound good, and this one has one, so maybe that's partially why. That coating's cooking off. Some soft motor mounts. Look at this thing chopping along. Johan, give her a little rev. Spit a flame, Freddie. Why? Yo, bro, you spit a flame.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Sick, give it a rip.
I think it sounds 10 times better than the FD does. It's so sick. About to go for the first drive. Look at this thing's meat. What do you think?
That's ridiculous.
Are we gonna go drive it?
Yeah, let's go.
3.5 days in, we're taking this puppy for its first drive. I know I got crap all over my hair from grinding. Oh boy, it's bad. I'm pumped. Woo! So the plan, like I said, we're gonna get this thing dialed as we can, and then it's gonna come back so we can go over it, make sure everything's super dialed on it, and then probably throw it on the dyno, see what power it kind of makes. I gotta fix the gas gauge. I think I messed something up in the fuel tank because it's not working anymore. You ready? Mm-hmm. How's the clutch?
Not too bad. It's like right off the floor.
Oh, that's perfect. Very easy.
Okay, bye.
Little hookabee at light throttle. We're just gonna go around the block once and then we'll bring it back. I love how it feels like a stock car.
It's like super boaty.
Feels like something might be vibrating up front.
The front wheel's tight. They get torque.
Yeah. It is a little boaty, huh?
A little bit.
I want to floor it so bad.
Something's rattling back there. I wonder if it's the exhaust hitting.
Yeah, the exhaust only has one like hanger in the back right now, so it's very possible that it could be bouncing up or down. We're just kind of shaking it down before we do any power pulls just to make sure nothing's going to fly off since we're driving without the hood. I feel like you hear something rattling.
Yeah, here's something rattling up there. Is that you or me?
What do you mean by that?
Did you do that or did I do that?
The tune's a little rough coming at low RPM. Maybe we can make it idle higher to fix that for now. I just want my mom to drive and feel like she forgot how to drive stick. Sounds nice.
Yeah, it does.
That's floored.
Okay. It's super lean.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's why it feels like it's like in limp mode. Do you want me to pull in Duncan so we can reflash it there?
You can just go back to the shop.
Okay. So what we ended up having to do was switch the scaling for the math because we had a tune that was for like the circular style math.
Yeah, like
but we have like the individual like plug-in type.
It was for like a LS3 style, and this is a LS7 intake, so
Got
it
it.
has a much bigger volume.
Are you ready?
Yep. It was rich.
It feels really good. Like the way that the power delivery is. I know it's like not anywhere near close to finally being tuned, but it doesn't feel too spicy. Like some LSs are a little too spicy down low, and then up top they're not enough spice. This feels like a good balanced spice level, like a well-seasoned dinner. In case you guys are wondering what's kind of going on in here, Freddie has a little AFR gauge, and we're just doing pulls to make sure fueling's good. I think we're on the right track now. Going to do a couple more passes, check everything out. You ready?
Yep.
Give it a second. Just tell me if you need me to stop. Ready?
Go ahead.
It's feeling better.
Yeah. It's 12.5, so.
I like how it's not explosive right off the rip. It's gonna make it a lot safer to drive. I know that you'll get more out of it on the dyno. I know.
Yeah, and the small exhaust too.
True. I thought it was gonna be like this like wildly out of control little hot rod, and instead I get a safe. It's gonna be like last time when I tried to prank my mom with a turbo, and then she ended up loving it like it was some sweet gift to her because she really enjoyed it. I think that's what's gonna happen again. Except for the gas gauge going all over the place. She's not gonna be hyped on that. It'll like go to full, then go to empty, then go to the middle. I think I bent the rod.
Key off, key on.
I got a thing with rods.
Maybe when I was pressing against it, it fucked up the sensor.
Yeah.
That's like how it reads.
I can't read, that's why I tuned.
saw it. I felt it.
I can't read, that's why I tuned.
Isn't that an actual thing though? Didn't you say you like were terrible in school?
Mm-hmm. Daphne helped me pass high school.
It's crazy. I always tell people you're like the smartest person I know.
I'm sorry.
What is it?
Me?
No, wrong word. Thank you. Is what you say.
Oh.
You got it mixed up.
You're welcome.
I just hope I get texts from my mom about all the cars she's beating in races. That's all that I could ever want. Trans feels fantastic. Shifts beautifully, the clutch feels great. You good?
Yep.
Damn, dude, it feels like this thing gets down. I'm very impressed with the traction. I bet it feels a lot faster as a passenger, does it?
And the what?
It probably feels much faster as a passenger.
It feels quick.
Because it doesn't feel that viscerally fast until I see it, the front end just dive down like it's doing wheelies.
It feels really controlled.
I don't really feel any extra weight over the front end either. Some LS swap cars you can really feel a difference. I don't feel anything. Right, officially 3.5 days, Johan. We did it. Wait, I need high fives.
Hi. 5.
No? Freddie?
Hey.
Christmas present is Fancy Boy champagne. This looks like the S15 colors, so wow, dead on. Now we celebrate. Dang, I didn't even shake it. Oh no, it's getting on the sock. Congratulaciones.
Not the sock.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hold the cups for you.
So I'm gonna go ahead and air quotes say this build is done. Tomorrow the plan is to go bring it to my mom. I'm gonna bring it over in the trailer, unload it, and then explain to her that I did new wheels and new exhaust and see her reaction when she finds out that I actually swapped the engine. But right now it's pretty much done. We are going to bring it back after I give it to her to check over everything, make sure it's safe, do a couple final little touches here and there, put it on the dyno, see what power it makes, and let Freddie really dial it in. We just kind of ran out of time today. But regardless, the car looks fantastic. Everything fits great. Looks OEM. And before we go and do our celebratory burnout that you guys can already see in this thumbnail, I wanted to give a shout out to the people that made this build happen. Lee C Parts helped us out mega with a great deal on this LS3, which as you guys can see rips. I definitely recommend them if you guys are looking to get an LS. They're awesome, super helpful throughout the process. In addition to that, the FabBot adapter works great. Super happy with the clutch setup, how the shifter feels and everything. Performance AutoWorks manufactures pretty much all the swap parts that we use for this. And then ESR for helping me out on getting a set of wheels, which are not in the rear right now because I don't want to break drivetrain parts with those super sticky tires, so I put the stock ones back on. But anyway, with their wheels, and yeah, make sure you guys check out those companies. I'm gonna put the links in the description. And are people like them make crazy stuff like this happen, because this started out as kind of like a ridiculous idea, and you know, when you put together the right people in a project like this, you can make crazy things happen and put a smile on people's faces like you guys and hopefully my mom. So we're gonna go do this celebratory burnout. And you guys better make sure you tune in tomorrow. The time will be in the description so you guys can see the video with my mom's reaction to finally revealing the big surprise. And massive thank you to Texas Speed. I obviously can't show you guys the graph of what that cam that they gave us will do, the stage 2 cam and some of the head parts that they helped us source, in addition to a lot of the other LS parts. But they facilitated all our LS needs mega, and I look forward to getting on the dyno so you guys can see what that cam will do and how it kind of changes the power band, since we have the LS3 and my FD that we can compare it to. But let's go do a burnout, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Also, don't call me a wimp. I don't want to break any drivetrain parts, so I wet down the ground a little bit just to make sure I could get up to speed very quickly. Thank you guys for watching. See you tomorrow. Press record. Ha ha ha.
What's this?
When you said